A story about inner transformation. It began quietly. Not with a bang, not with a flash of light, but with a gentle stirring inside. Something within her no longer felt right. The world she lived in was loud, full of rules and expectations, full of right and wrong. They called it reality. But to her, it felt more like a cage, a game she no longer wanted to play. Fear was everywhere, in people's eyes, in the news, in conversations, even in disguised as conditions. Separation reigned. You against me, inside versus outside. She felt like a stranger in a life made only of doing, obeying, and performing. And yet, something was burning within her. At first, like a candle, then like a star. She called it the light in me. It grew. The more she asked questions, who am I really when I do nothing? What remains when I drop the masks? Who am I beyond roles and expectations? As she began to give space to these questions, everything began to change. Time no longer felt linear. Moments stretched whenever she became still. The world grew softer. Wider dreams became clearer. Her intuition spoke, not in words, but in feelings. She understood. The reality she once knew was only one layer, one of many, and she was ready to step into the next. The transition was no easy path. She saw herself raw, honest, vulnerable. Old wounds surfaced, shadows she had long avoided. Doubt, pain, fear, but she no longer ran. She stayed, breathed, and held herself in those moments with compassion instead of judgment. With every step, she left something behind. The fear of not being enough, the voice that said you can't, the belief that one had to fight just to exist. She began to live differently, slower, truer, in tune with nature's cycles. With the rhythm of her heart, she listened to silence and found wisdom there. She realized that real strength is gentle, and that love is not bound by conditions. In this new dimension, as she came to call it, everything was connected. No more me versus you, no more black or white, only unity, deft clarity. And she was not alone. More and more people began to feel what she felt. Something was awakening collectively, like a light passed from heart to heart, not loud, not forced, but undeniable. Love became direction, awareness became power. Today she walks differently through the world, with eyes that shine, with a softer gaze, with a voice that reminds others of who they truly are. Not as a teacher, not as a leader, but simply as a human being who remembered that within each of us lives the light that can transform worlds.